Orlena said Chad was the love of her life, but when he returned from Iraq, their relationship disintegrated. She moved on, she married Brent, and is now torn between her feelings for her ex-husband and her feelings for her current husband. Now, I've often said that as frustrating as it can be, we don't legislate emotions. We don't just decide, I choose to be in love with this person. I choose to be in love with that one. It happens at a different level than just what we choose to do. Because if you could choose to not have any feelings here and choose to be fully in love with Brent, would you do that?
I don't know. We didn't have this horrible relationship like most people, you leave a relationship because it was bad and it was not good. No, I felt like the person I was in love with was dead to me, and he was never coming back, and that's how I reconciled it in my head, and that's how I forced myself to move on. So having the information that this person that I thought was gone forever is now back, would I choose to turn that off? No. Does that mean that I don't love Brent and that everything that I said to him wasn't true about how I feel about him? No.
How much do I support? What do I support? He came out for 3 days and spent the day together and went to dinner together. And when she got home, if I acted depressed or hurt or whatever, then it was about me. Then she had to tend to how I was feeling and how I was reacting.
Is that reasonable?
It just confused me.
Do you think that's reasonable?
Do I think what's reasonable?
For Chad to come out for 3 days, y'all spend that time together, go to dinner, have drinks, and then come home and have an expectation of support from Brent.
Do I think that that's reasonable? Yeah, I do. I think it's reasonable. I would do the same for him.
Okay, well, let me be clear about my opinion, and I don't expect you to substitute my judgment for your own. The fact that you think that's reasonable to do tells me that you're not seeing things clearly. That is not even almost reasonable. You are having an emotional affair with your ex-husband. I've been listening very carefully to this, and you seem to have some guidelines by which you measure this, and that's all you can do. I hope to change your opinion about that, but you believe you're doing the right thing. You believe what you're doing is reasonable. Do you believe it's reasonable?
No.
No, I don't believe it's reasonable either. Would you think it was reasonable if you two were married and she was spending 3 days with him and doing what you guys did? Mm-mm. You wouldn't think it was reasonable. So you don't think it's reasonable. I don't think it's reasonable. You don't think it's reasonable. Does anybody here think it's reasonable? No. So, I mean, and that doesn't mean they're right or I'm right or Brent's right or Chad's right, but you've got a really odd way of defining this, just saying, hey, I told him what I was going to go do. That, to me, that doesn't make it okay. What do you think was happening to him while you were out having dinner and drinks with Chad? You think he had a nice evening?
No. No, I know.
I mean, seriously, do you think he had a nice evening when he woke up the next morning? Do you think that's eating at him inside? That his wife is Chad says, hey, tell me to back off and I'm gone. And he says, but she hadn't said that. What's it do to you to hear him say that she won't tell him to back off and respect my marriage?
Very angry, because I can't understand it. It's the emotion she has, obviously, is so much deeper than I can comprehend, because what we have is real, and my wife is absolutely wonderful, and I love her with all my heart. And when I said my vows, for better or worse, this is definitely as worse to me as it can get. But I want to endure this and see it through, and I'm not going anywhere. And the fact that she can't tell him to go away, or we can't talk anymore, or I've moved on, desperately hurts.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.